Let's take a look at different instrument approach segments. I like to do it using my diagram because this is how I teach my students and it makes it easier to understand the difference between a precision approach and a non-precision approach from the very beginning. Let's take a look. We already know that to bring an aircraft to the initial approach, you have something called a feeder route or a stack. After that, you have the initial approach segment. Then you have the intermediate fix, intermediate segment, final approach fix. For a precision approach, final approach fix occurs at the intersection of a glide slope. So from the previous video, you remember that the difference between a precision and a non-precision approach is of that of a vertical guidance. That vertical guidance presents itself in the form of a glide slope. That glide slope has to be intercepted like this. The CDI and the glide slope needle should come to center, that is called glide slope intersection. The final approach fix occurs at the glide slope intersection. Using that glide slope, you start descending down towards your runway. As you descend towards your runway, there will be a minimum height at which you have to decide if you can continue or you have to go miss. This minimum height is called decision height. It's called decision altitude when represented in terms of feet MSL. Decision height is AGL, decision altitude is the same point in MSL. You descend down using a glide slope to the decision altitude, and then if you see the runway or have enough visuals to help you descend and land on the runway, you continue and land. If you don't, you have to execute the missed approach procedure as it is published on the instrument approach chart. That is where the missed approach segment begins. We didn't talk about missed approach segment because I wanted to show you what actually missed approach segment looks like. Missed approach segments begins at the missed approach point, which is a decision altitude or decision height for a precision approach, and it goes on and includes the missed approach holding fix. That is the missed approach segment, including the hold. That's a precision approach. You follow the glide slope down to a decision altitude or the decision height. If you have enough visuals, you continue. If you don't, you go missed. Let's see what's the difference between a precision and a non-precision approach.